Hello, I'm Andy Goram. Now, I'm no celebrity, major sports star or captain of industry. I am the owner of my own business though, and I spend my life trying to help businesses become more purposeful and values-led places to work, where people who work there love what they do, who they work with, and why the business does what it does. And as a result, more customers stay with them and recommend them to others. It's what I like to call making businesses sticky from the inside. Now, when Mike asked me to record a message of hope and positivity during these tough times, I was a little unsure as to what to say, especially when you look at what some of the brilliant previous guests have said before me. So I've just tried to think about the good things that I've tried to take out of this horrible moment in history and share that with you in the hope that maybe some of it resonates, or maybe just makes you feel a bit more positive about things, or even possibly inspires you to take some positive action of your own. Now, firstly, I'd like to be honest with you. I know there's a lot of content out there at the moment with people showing that they are still living their best lives, and when you scratch beneath the surface, they're clearly not, but they're just trying to put out a positive image. I can't say that I haven't done a bit of that too at times, but to be frank, I found this year pretty tough from a business and a personal perspective. But when I look at what I've had to deal with, it's nothing compared to many, many others. And actually, if I really look hard at what I've been trying to do, I haven't done that bad actually. So I've tried to think about the things that have helped me remain positive during this year and share them with you. Firstly, I've really put myself out there on social media this year by recording what I hope are helpful, thought-provoking videos on LinkedIn. They share some tips and advice on how to keep your people engaged right now. And the reaction has been pretty good. But even as a confirmed show-off that I am, it took me ages to pluck up the courage to record my first video. And do you know what it was that finally got me off the pot? It was my 16-year-old daughter, Megan. Megan is a makeup nut. She's loved makeup since I can't remember when. And she said from a very early age that she was going to be an MUA. That's makeup artist to you and me. Meg has struggled with anxiety and learning difficulties all the way through school, and she was even scared to go into local shops on her own. But about a year ago, Meg started her own Instagram and then YouTube channels, doing makeup tutorials. Now, I've watched in awe as this funny, talented, confident but humble girl chats to the camera whilst producing some incredible body art and makeup looks, all without a touch of concern, embarrassment or fear. As one of the COVID kids, after working hard at school, she passed her exams and is now studying media makeup at Northampton College and is basically living the dream right now. She talks of going to university and setting up her own business, and I just look at her and go, wow. And this isn't meant to be a boastful dad monologue, but if I think about all the things she's had to overcome and now watch her do her thing, it's just amazing to me. And it showed me that if Meg can do that, so can I. So I've taken courage from watching Megan and realised that you just have to have a go. If you don't, you'll never know how good something can be. So I've put myself out there and I've actually enjoyed it. I've learnt a whole bunch of new stuff and met some fantastic people as a result. I've even started my own podcast, Sticky from the Inside too. So I've got to talk about employee engagement topic that I love and listen to people with different perspectives and meet a whole bunch of new and interesting people. It's also been quite cathartic. It's even given me the courage to start to reach out to well-known figures in that arena who don't know me from Adam, to see if they'll come on and talk with me. And some have even said yes. So being brave and giving things a go can bring really good things. The toughest bit is the thinking about it before you actually do it. But once you commit to doing it and take those first steps, yeah, there'll be some challenges along the way, but I'm pretty sure it will never be as bad as you imagined, and you'll actually end up enjoying it. I've also taken a lot from watching my 14-year-old son Max too. Like his sister, he's had a lot to deal with learning difficulties, but in his case, he's had to deal with a fair old degree of bullying at school too. It's really saddened me at times to see how cruel people can be and whilst he's been very low at times, he's probably the most resilient person I know, and I'm so proud of how he's coped with it all. The most amazing thing about him is how he's remained completely true to himself and is himself at all times. There must be a huge temptation to put on another persona and try to fit in and hide in the crowd, to stay hidden, if you like, but Max is having none of that. I'm me, Dad. If they don't like me, that's sad, but why should I change who I am for them? The people I care about and like love me, and that's what counts. And you know what, he's right. Personally, I can have a huge desire to be liked by everyone. My wife says I'm very needy. But I can end up concentrating and working so hard on impressing or getting people I don't know to like me, people who may never see or talk to me more than once, I can miss out on engaging or being with the people who like me for being me. It can be hugely demoralising, provides more food for that imposter syndrome gremlin who, believe me, doesn't need any more feeding. So watching how Max has dealt with stuff has really influenced me. Now, my wife would still call me needy, but it's made me a bit tougher when it comes to business relationships. Especially, it's okay if some people don't like me or don't agree with the thoughts or beliefs that I put out there. Can't all agree with everybody. And that's been quite a hard lesson to learn, but I am getting it slowly, and I can see the benefit it will bring in the future. So it's fine if some people don't like me. I'm just going to be me. At least then everything I do will be authentic and genuine. And talking of authentic and genuine, the thing I've enjoyed the most about this ridiculous time in history is seeing what I hope is a changing business trend of more humanity and a greater sense of community coming back into the business psyche. Now, whether it's seeing the way some businesses have treated their people during huge challenges, and Green King springs to mind here, I thought there are plenty of others out there though. Or whether it's been the way that a focus on local business support has been there, or just how creative and innovative some people have been in the face of all these challenges, it's been hugely inspiring to me. I know a lot of old colleagues who work in hospitality as an industry. It's a sector that's been decimated by the pandemic, and a good few who work at Green King. And from the outside looking in, I'm not sure they could have done a whole bunch more to communicate with their people, look out for them, make them feel valued, and try to deal with the huge hurdles in front of them. When we come out of this thing, and we will, I'm sure companies like Green King and others who've acted in this way will benefit. They will have gained a lot of loyalty from their people, and it all hasn't gone unnoticed by us, the customers. That should, I hope, all pay dividends for them and others in the future. All those businesses who've acted in a very similar way will benefit, and I really hope that that sense of humanity and community stays and is balanced with the business of turning a profit. Making a profit and giving customers a great experience are still the foundations of strong businesses. And if we can continue to treat the people inside them respectfully, show them that they're valued, involve them and give them choices on how they do what they do, then everybody will benefit in the longer term. If we come out with something like that after all this, that will be something good to take out of all of this. So my lessons over the past few months, perhaps not as incredible as some, but definitely personal, and that give me hope for the future, have been, try some new stuff. You never know how great it can be if you don't have a go. Be true to yourself and follow your heart. If you can, it'll feel more authentic and easier for you. And you know what? It's okay not to be liked by everyone. And finally, let's keep that sense of humanity and community in the heart of business. It'll be better for everyone. I hope some of these things resonate with you and help you feel positive about the future. Take care, stay safe, and thanks very much for listening.